welcome back once again to episode 53 of the Retrocade podcast. It's Phil.
Sean.
Oh, we're good to be here. Glad to be here. And this is the special New Year's Eve episode.
Christmas, holiday content.
We're catching up because we didn't really get a Thanksgiving or Christmas episode in. So this is like
we also were waiting. There's so many big movies came out.
I know. It was like, because hasn't been many movies at all.
All these movies we've been hyped and waiting for. They've been on the shelf.
Yes.
The COVID shelf.
A lot of the COVID shelf for like a year.
Been
or
delayed
two.
for at least a year.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Spider-Man
for sure. They've been sitting around because those were all filmed probably in 2018.
The Matrix Abomination.
The Matrix Abominations. I like to call it the Matrix Awakens. The Matrix Awakens. Because it just, we'll go into it.
Awakens your disgust?
Awakens my disgust for it, Sean. That's the word to use. Yeah, but we got a lot to go in on. And of course, just dropped the glorious Book of Boba Fett.
So we'll start with that because it's the most freshest.
The most fresh. Everybody's talking about it. Absolutely.
In one word, epic. I loved it. I think Favreau is on fire.
Yes.
He can't do no wrong. And it kind of led where the Mandalorian finished. It was just
for sure
flawless, exciting, rich character development, and more importantly, it played into what had happened in the Sarlacc pit.
Yes. You know what? So, definitely in agreement about that. What you're saying, it feels like the Mandalorian. It diverts from where it left off in the Mandalorian, which is great, and it feels like it's like a story they wanted to tell in the Mandalorian, but this is really a completely different thing. Let's just branch off and do a different show with it. But same feel, same kind of tone.
So,
which is great. Of course, what you're looking at very much mimics what we originally know and love about Star Wars, especially because Jabba's palace you start in.
I realize
Tatooine
being such a shithole backwater, it's the nucleus of all Star Wars.
It almost has to be because the images, I think, and feelings of most people that love the original trilogy.
The New Hope was that sandy planet.
That was that sandy planet.
The Obi-Wan is going to be in Tatooine.
Tatooine too.
Definitely.
It's almost like Star Wars can't get away from Tatooine and dark sandy planets.
Where's the Dagobah stories?
No,
there's some frog-eating
lizard. frog-eating lizards and like the creature, the water beast that spits out R2.
It's like flying like pterodactyl.
Yeah, exactly. So but this is really, I think, a visual element that makes you feel like it's Star Wars, that I think right off the bat hooks you like that.
One thing that bothered me, which is not much, this is just a niche, I'm nitpicking here, is Jabba's palace felt very empty to me.
Oh, well, of course, there's no one in it. Yeah, I know. No, because when you see Jabba's palace in the original Return of the Jedi 1983, it's filled with creatures. Packed with creatures. But they're all gone because... because they half of them, first of all, were on the sales barge, so they all blew up, all those weirdo creatures, and so he doesn't really have denizens yet. Boba Fett.
Well, I guess everyone knows of him. He's the most famous bounty hunter.
They know of Boba Fett, and they're like, oh, now Boba Fett's running.
I guess they don't know it's lucrative enough to be working for him and being involved there.
Sure, because wasn't really a crime lord. He was just a feared bounty hunter, and it's like, does he have the pull and clout that Jabba did? Jabba was like notorious gangster, ran that planet, and had a lot of clout. He had soldiers, meaning like his Grimoire guards, and of course had a ton of money.
The Grimoires.
Me too.
But they need some armor. They were like naked.
They were naked. They need just the original armor.
Like little fur.
Put the fur skirt and their little.
They wear their pelts.
Yeah, they need their fur pelt, and they need some.
These guys are just naked, but they're good muscle.
They were good muscle. He needs a little muscle. He can't be, he's still also.
And they're loyal, which was cool. They know that they
I like
stuck with Jabba. They stuck with
Bib Fortuna. I like that element of it too.
They are very loyal. Kind of enforcer, guardian.
For sure. I know. I totally like that element of it as well, because...
so this was interesting. So the Sarlacc, with the old stories, which are not canon anymore because Disney threw them out, the old canon of the Sarlacc was Dengar saved him. And if people don't know who Dengar is...
he's another bounty
Empire
hunter.
Strikes Back. He's the only human... Well, not counting Boba Fett, and he has like a towel
bandages.
Over his head.
Yeah, he's
like a cyborg human.
He's kind of a little scarred up. He doesn't really look cyborg, but he's got that bandage towel over his head, and he's kind of gruff and like. So he's wearing weird gear too.
In the books, he
dragged Boba Fett out of it.
He saved Boba Fett.
I mean, I'm happy that they gave us a bit of a obviously spoilers at this point. I would it's easy to go see Book of Boba Fett, just watch it and come back.
So yeah, this whole episodes are gonna be spoilers. You ever seen Ghostbusters, Spider-Man?
Sure.
Turn it off now. Watch it, then we listen to the episode.
Yeah. I would hope people at least because you know. Book of Boba Fett is easy to watch because you just click it on.
Yeah,
Disney
you
Plus.
stream it. Boom,
you just stream right then and there. But
it was interesting.
I'm happy that they delved on those little pieces.
The Jawas don't even help him to steal. They're like,
they just jack his uniform.
Hit him with a cane.
Yeah, they knock him out. Oh,
and then they just steal all his shit.
And then they just steal his expensive armor and just dip.
And then the Sand people are like, oh, let's use this guy as a hostage.
Yeah.
They abduct him, torture him,
like a half a slave kind of because they had him. And
then he had the Rodian was with him.
Yeah, the Rodian.
But the Rodian was like a shithead. He's like, yo, why we could have escaped?
Yeah, we could have escaped.
He's like, fuck off,
idiot. I'm happy he got eaten, killed.
And then how the Sand people are, he killed this giant
monster
lizard
creature. I thought it was a crate dragon at first when it came out of this. When it was looking at the too small for a crate dragon. So it was a different monster in the sand, which is fine.
And he killed us. So like, oh, you're like one of us. Like,
right.
You're a true warrior.
Yeah, you gave him more
gives
respect.
him like the water fruit. That
The water fruit that they were sucking water out of, and then the little Tusken Raider had the head as a trophy of the monster.
I love the Tusken Raiders. I think they're very interesting.
Sure.
These nomads, you never know what they look like.
No, under it, probably freakish, right? I hope they're disgusting looking.
Their voice is like, their voice is awesome.
Yeah, like it's just that.
The Tusken Raiders are very cool.
Very cool.
The Banthas.
I liked also that they changed their color up in this one. They had like red sheaths, like almost red and black.
Like the leader had like a different outfit.
Yeah,
he regular cloaks.
Right. Yeah.
So it was very cool with the Tusken Raiders.
Different, maybe like a different tribe of Tusken.
They saved them, but for their own purposes.
Sure,
they didn't save him for the goodwill.
No, they weren't being nice Tusken Raiders.
They're like, oh, he's a prisoner. We could use him.
Yeah, they were gonna just use him for whatever.
For like labor,
slavery.
Digging
up those water fruits. Yeah, and like other various shits, and I liked all those elements. I felt like the water digging went on for a little bit because, like, I feel like every minute counts with these shows because again, how many episodes is this?
Well, so what's
it 8?
So he has this like healing pod.
Yeah, it's his Bacta tank. He even said it to the Gamorreans. He's like, get me back to the Bacta tank.
Is he like physically dying or he needs it or like what?
I think it's healing him. Maybe he does need it forever. I don't know.
Terrible for.
He was in that Sarlacc pit where they slowly digested over 1,000 years. I like how he got out like from the side, which was not the way I envisioned. But other than that, like I'm happy because like anybody watching it will be like, oh, that's how he got out.
It was cool though. He like took the oxygen from the stormtrooper.
Yeah. Where did the stormtrooper get in there? I guess another time.
Must have fell in
another event because there was no stormtroopers.
When the
Jabba's thing got exploded in his crowd. I didn't see any of his creatures in there because obviously you see Boba in the slimy Sarlacc pit in there.
What are the sand guy? What are the skiff guards?
Yeah, the skiff guards. The Weequays.
The Weequays.
Yeah.
A bunch of Weequays fell in.
Yeah, we didn't see any rotting Weequays. I would have liked to see one of those.
There's got to be at least 25.
There's got to be 25 Weequays that were rotting in there. Yeah, and they get slowly digested over 1,000 years. Now, the Sarlacc doesn't keep you alive. It just keeps you... Like,
you're getting digested.
You're getting digested, but you're not...
You don't die immediately.
You don't die immediately. But it doesn't... Like, you're not alive. It doesn't, like, keep you alive. It just...
No.
It slowly...
Yeah, it's not like... It's not parasitic.
Yeah, no, it just, like... It slowly digests whatever is left of your corpse. Like, essentially, I guess, its juices keep you... they're like a preservative, I guess. Because it's digesting you over 1,000 years.
You don't know the anatomy of the Sarlacc digestive
I know, we're
system.
getting a little too... I always wondered that as a kid. I was like, 1,000 years? I was like... but, like,
So you immediately see the power struggle of, let's get this guy, he's a bitch. And then they try to, like, jack him and, like,
there's the mayor, like, all so there's the, what's it called?
We haven't seen the mayor yet. He's going to be
No, the Twi'lek comes in and he's, like, what is he, like a servant assistant for the mayor, and like and all this etiquette. Oh, you may be seeing another
It's like, where's the tribute? Like, no, we need a
tribute. Yeah. The mayor wants tribute, and he's like, well, I'm the crime lord. Where's my tribute? It's true.
It's interesting that Twi'leks have all these numerous colors, which I've noticed.
Yeah, because it was green. Now we got red. Yeah, yellow.
And apparently they're all like supposed to be really attractive women. The Twi'leks.
Yeah.
Star Wars lore.
Yeah.
And you're looking at them like, well, that. You see something, I'm looking like, all right, for an alien, not too bad.
Not bad for an alien.
But the biggest thing developing is the power struggle, him just making him known. And there's a famous quote, like, Jabba ruled with fear.
I'll rule with respect.
Yeah.
It's very much like from, like, A Bronx Tale, when he's like, it's better to be feared than respected, or whatever the hell he said. but a similar quote. But yeah, I certainly it feels like The Mandalorian, which is good. But you're following Boba Fett, which and also that's another thing to mention. They're we got to throw in some character because let's face it, he only has 4 lines in the original movies. There really isn't much character development there. So they're using the prequels to show you some character development.
When he's in the tank, he has all his memories. Yeah. You see him as a kid.
They see him in
Django's his father's helmet.
They have episode 2 flashbacks, from the movie itself, and when young Boba is looking at the helmet of Django.
That's his father.
Yeah,
and Django is a very cool character. Yeah, I like Django Fett.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the galaxy.
So overall, fantastic. Excited where it's going to come. And it's going to be a power struggle to see him fighting all these deviants.
Do you think we'll see any throwback characters at all, or?
I would hope so. I mean, I would like to see one of a Zuckuss or a Bossick or
yeah. You see, there was a transition in the episode.
There was a transition.
Yeah, he was like, what did he say? He was like, "Here's your tribute," or whatever he said to him.
It's funny.
He makes a comment. He's like, "It even sounds like a threat."
The Jawas stole his credits when they were
right. He got the.
It was the brawl. And
and he's and they come and get his credits out of the helmet. Yeah, because he was not shaken down, but asking for protection money from that bar or whatever, which I thought was a great bar and kind of like gambling hall. That's the way you do a gambling hall casino in Star Wars.
Not the Benicio del Toro.
Exactly. Not the way that they did it in the Last Jedi.
Alien casino, not Las Vegas.
Yeah, it with black and white suits that looks way too earthly.
This had a more alien.
Yes, it was unusual, but you completely understood what it was like. In The Last Jedi, it's like golden stuff, and everyone's wearing black and white, which you perceive as a tuxedo.
But it's a Star Wars movie, not James Bond.
You shouldn't be aliens wearing tuxedos. It's ridiculous, And that scene felt incredibly prequelish, like in The Last Jedi, and of course, and that whole sequence, of course, anything on that planet. What was it called?
I couldn't remember. I burned that from my
Canto
memory.
Bite. That whole sequence is bad because that
whole fucking trilogy is bad.
Oof, I know,
we're being a dead horse.
It's rare when you hear anybody.
Is there going to be an Ahsoka show, or is there's rumors of it?
Yeah, I believe so. That's in the works. Yeah,
and I read something that
I see a lot of people bad mouthing Rosario Dawson as her, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
She was great.
And overly nerding it, complaining about her tentacles weren't long enough; they should be longer. And it's like, oh god, come on, guys.
And whenever I read it, they said Thrawn will have a lot of scenes in the Ahsoka show. But
there you go.
I think Thrawn might be the big.
Plot piece.
Thrawn is one of the most excited to see visually.
Oh, for sure, because you haven't had him in live action,
and you haven't had such a marquee villain really grace the screen.
Yes, because he's a big villain in the Star Wars lore, for 35 years now. And who you've seen everybody, you've seen Vader, you've seen the Emperor, but we haven't gotten a Thrawn yet, and he's up there on that list of characters. We've even seen Tarkin come back in Rogue One, so
it was a beautiful thing.
Right. And so we I'm sure it's they know that it's going to be time.
Favreau, so Matt Berry, who's in the What We Do in the Shadows. He was in the IT Crowd.
Sure.
He's a very famous British actor, really funny, hilarious dude. You'd recognize him. He has a beard, chubby, long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Very famous British actor. So I'm watching the credits. And it says Matt Berry on the Boba Fett. I'm like, Matt Berry was in it. What the fuck?
Who did he play?
So he played the droid talking to him.
8D8? The white droid?
Yeah.
That was like, you must hold forth your pangs on the Tatooine with all due respect.
He was a huge actor.
Cool.
So they get these huge actors to play these little cameos.
Yeah, that's great.
Play this little shitty droid. It's fantastic.
With all due respect, Master Fett, you must.
I like how he's like, oh, we really need a protocol droid.
Right.
Because C-3PO, they're lacking.
Yes, they need a protocol droid. But even, in Return of the Jedi, his master got angry with his last protocol droid and disintegrated him. That's the droid.
They must be expensive if he can't.
We need to get a droid. They're probably maybe few and far between on Tatooine. You should need them.
Probably
expensive $1,000,000 credits.
$100,000.
Yeah, expensive credit. Yeah,
our equivalency.
Yeah, USD 100,000. I gotta get one of those. And you got there's the what's it called? There's that droid that was talking that was voiced by him.
He looks similar to the torture droid. He had the same kind of cosmetics.
He's one of the torture droids. you got the one, you're a feisty little one, but you'll soon learn, the one that's talking to R2. That's EV-99, but then next to it where there's a gonk droid getting tortured upside down, that's the droid torturing him. He's burning his feet. If you watch that scene again, so 8D8. There's of course a figure of him. It's 8D8. Yeah.
So 8D8. That was 8D8.
That's 8D8, and
he looked like the tortured. He had the same aesthetic.
Yeah. I mean, they're similar to the other. EV-98's the one that was talking to R2. You're a feisty little one, but you'll soon learn some respect. I'll show you a picture of him there. Of course, there's he's a smelter droid.
Smelter droid.
Yeah, here he is in the original movie.
There you go.
In Return of the Jedi,
and now we saw him as Chuck Berry.
Yeah, he's burning the what's it called? He's singeing.
That's him.
Yeah, he's singeing the.
That's great that he's still kicking.
He's still kicking, yeah, because he wasn't on the barge, yeah.
Asshole droid of the Jabba's Palace aesthetic.
I don't know where EV-99 went. Oh yeah, no, EV-99. So EV-99 in The Mandalorian was the bartender at the cantina, if you don't remember. At the Star Wars the Mos Eisley cantina in the episode where he meets that what
is he like Moonlight at the cantina?
Yeah, he's there at that. I thought when I originally watched it, I just thought it was another droid of that type.
Another droid.
From what I understand though, in the behind the scenes, that it actually is EV-99. How did he get there and become the bartender? Especially because it was originally no droids, and now the droid is a bartender.
What a suspect in that.
Yeah.
Lore there.
Yeah, well, I know.
Overall, Favreau, fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't make every little thing sync up perfectly. They're doing a very good job. Aesthetically, it looks great. It's engaging. Casting's
sharp.
Great. Everything looks great. It's a great blend of.
We're all looking forward to the next episode.
Absolutely, and that's I think the most important thing was that when that episode ended, I was like, "That's it." I was like, "I want more. I want to keep it going." I could have watched for another 2 hours.
Easy.
So I like the characters. I like Fennec Shan.
That's a positive check on the new content.
Absolutely.
And we're looking forward to more.
Which is important, given that there's a lot of bad taste in the mouth.
Now, did you get to watch Ghostbusters?
Nope. And I'm very disappointed. There's nothing on the internet. I can't watch. There's no.
Dude, just go take your wife.
Bro, there's no more. We're in COVID. There's no more
showings.
There's where? Not in New Jersey. There was a 1 p.m.
Go to fucking Atrium
on Staten Island, New York,
lunch break.
I'll go there with Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. You want to mention that?
This is deplorable.
That's hysterical.
You haven't seen Ghostbusters.
I know it is. I know it is.
Just go on your lunch break.
I know. I really
have your
have
mom
to go
watch
see it.
the kiddo for 2 hours and just watch.
Get a.
You can't stream Ghostbusters. What's
wrong?
No,
I know. I want to watch it in theaters. I've just been. I'm busy.
I need to watch it again because
holiday season. You need to watch it again. Were you drunk?
We were drinking. But,
Sean, should we even talk about it if you're sloshed, Sean? Are you going to spoiler me too?
It was fantastic.
Because I've been avoiding. So you're saying fantastic now. When I had first spoke to you about this,
I had a really.
You mentioned you were like, wow, it was a good send off, 6.5. So you were sloshed when you saw it, or
a little bit?
You were a little sloshed.
I was a little sloshed.
A little sloshed.
Half in the bag, not fully in the bag.
It's half in the bag.
It was good. It was done very well.
Okay.
They paid a lot of attention to detail.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not the same New York City machismo 80s the Ghostbusters.
Well, that's the thing. The tone. It was obvious to me that the tone of this movie you can't recreate that tone because you don't have the same actors. You don't have the same comedians. It's not 1984 no more. It's not new. They're not doing New York anymore. So
they're in the country.
That feel, tone, setting is gone. You have to do something else. And I always knew, well, you're going to put kids in it, you're going to get that Stranger Things feel.
It was a Ghostbusters Stranger Things.
And of course, that was what they were going to do. Yeah, honestly, it was It was the only choice that they had.
Easygoing lead, like Paul Rudd, very nice,
mellow. Yeah, so Paul Rudd's the lead. You would say
he's not the
lead. He's a teacher.
He's
the kid's teacher, right?
Lead adult.
The lead adult. That's not
the girl was the star of the show.
Yeah, she's Egon's granddaughter. Yeah. Spoilers.
And they kind of just say how Egon had this farm, but he was an absentee guy. And apparently Winston paid he owed all this money, and Winston was successful and paid off.
Oh, he paid off the farm's debt.
So it's
at least they gave Winston some more characterization.
Didn't look like he didn't have the character to be a douchebag.
No.
things get foreclosure. Like Egon would not have things in foreclosure.
No, you would right because Egon is
But
like
they
a
said
competent,
he kept
diligent.
reading and like getting deep into the ghosts and kind of just went crazy.
Oh, all right.
It's kind of what they
okay.
portrayed.
At least they got some logic.
And a spoiler percent, you know the original guys are going to make an appearance.
Of course, we know that they were all in it.
They show up at the very end in their garb.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that they were only in it for like a minute, right?
Yeah, they show up at the end in their garb. Just kind of like pay homage.
It's an homage.
They're not
to
really
them.
in the story.
Did you miss us? No, they're not in it in the story. Yeah, which is the tough thing when we make these sequels so many years after the original, because
Almost 40 years.
It's 40 years, right?
36,
38, 37
whatever.
years, So like, we want Ghostbusters 3, but
That would have happened
Ghostbusters,
in 1990. If
right?
It was gonna happen.
Well, that's it. You would have had. I remember. Listen, I've been.
Why didn't they make one in 1990?
Bill Murray. Bill Murray's the reason. They could never really agree on anything. He didn't want to even do the second one. And then when people would talk about the second one to him in interviews, he'd be like, well, yeah, technically there's a Ghostbusters 2. Like, he never wanted to do it, and he didn't like what came out of it. And then he blamed, he was like, dude, focus too much on special effects, same story. But he was never really, he didn't want to do sequels. He didn't want to do it. He's the real reason that never really happened.
Him.
And you can't do it without him because, to be fair, I mean, really, he holds that first movie. Like, he's the linchpin to that first movie. His comedics.
But it was just such a perfect cast.
Well, that's the blend. Of course, but honestly, you couldn't
Dan
even.
Aykroyd's lightheartedness.
Yes, he's the heart of the Ghostbusters. Bill Murray's the mouth. Egon's the brains, and Winston's like the sensibility. And you mean Winston or Egon? Egon's the brain.
No, Winston's like the brawn.
He's the brawn. Yeah, he's definitely the brawn and
let's get a
everyman.
very strong black guy.
Well, especially when he breaks down the door in the second one to get them out of it.
You do see Janine in the movie.
Yes.
She kind of is a decent character. She
I seen her in the trailer and stuff. She's.
And they kind of hit Did she have a relationship with Egon? You don't really know.
Because they kind of did in the first movie. She's like, I'm afraid you're gonna die, and she hugs him and stuff in the first movie. But then she goes on to.
You had the dogs.
The terror dogs. Yeah, I see them.
You had the woman.
Zool or Gozer.
Gozer.
Yeah,
Gozer. You had the dogs.
Yeah, I heard about all that. So I guess I'm not getting spoiled, seeing as how it's all been spoiled.
The mini Stay Puffs, which are really cool, remarkable, and they're doing little antics.
Yeah.
They're not really in the story as much as they're just.
So it's kind of a retread with Gozer. Then that's the big bad. It's Gozer again.
I have to rewatch it. But they're fighting a bunch of different things.
But I mean, they're fighting a bunch of different ghosts and whatnot. So I mean, paying good homage to what it was, but
aesthetically it was great.
Very okay. Yeah, but the
pings when they turn on the zing.
Yeah. So Hasbro was doing the Hasbro HasLab was doing the proton pack. And they fully funded it. I really wanted to do it because it was a fair price for it too, and it hit all the goals. So you got you were getting everything. You were getting a beautiful stand for it.
It's probably heavy as fuck.
I hope it was. I was looking to see what's it made of. Metal. It was like a combination, I think, metal resin. So it was going to be a little heavy. What
was the price point on that?
I think it was $500, which was not bad given that it hit all the extra goals.
That's reasonable.
But it doesn't come with the wand. The wand they do sell separately. But it came with the hose, which you attach to the wand. So it would have been almost $700 for it. But to be fair, if you were to buy the
beautiful piece, but
piece, it would look great.
I can't afford it.
I was contemplating it, and I was like, you know what? This will be worth $2,000.
Oh, the resale
the
value.
sales barge, which is worth $2,500 now. It's insane. But
my cousin bought the HasLab.
What do you got?
The Mandalorian ship.
Oh, he did. So he
hasn't gotten it.
No, well, COVID delayed it another 6 months, but they're starting to ship soon. I haven't seen anybody actually with it yet, though, in any of Facebook.
And they came with some exclusive figures that also are going to be.
Oh, for sure. It's coming with a Mandalorian with a soft goods cape. It's coming with a.
Those figures alone are going to be hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, Elder Jawa will probably be a $250 figure. It's like the yak face with the coin that came with the barge. That's going for $250 to $350. They're very expensive. You just keep that thing sealed. Of course. No, I was going to back that too because that wasn't bad a price. That was $350. But the proton pack I really wanted to do, and then I looked, and then the time it was over. I was like, it's over already. I thought I had another week. Because I was going to do it,
So Magic came up with a similar thing. They call it Secret Lair.
Oh.
So they come out with these cards that they're only available to buy for 24 hours.
Right.
And then you can't buy them ever again. They'll never be reprinted.
I see.
And they're all really expensive, cool foils. So I bought A few of them. The Mark Poole was a famous Magic artist. I bought 4. He did a lot of the alpha stuff.
Right.
Birds of Paradise, the Counterspell.
He's well known. Yeah, he's
Mark
a well known
Poole.
artist.
So
Mark Poole, would you say he's the premier Magic the Gathering artist?
I'd say he's in the top 5. So they did 5 cards.
I definitely know his name all the way back.
5 of his famous
Alpha.
cards.
Okay. Did you say Counterspell?
Birds of Paradise. There was 3 other ones, like Howling Mind. There was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I bought it. It was like $50.
Nice.
They're tremendous.
Mm.
I did not buy the.
So these are just specialty figures, specialty cards
that are only available to purchase for 24 hours.
Oh, cool. So are they're his artwork, but they're like a remake?
The same cards.
Same exact card.
Remake foils.
Does it have a different, what's it called? Oh, and they're foil.
They're foil. I bought. You could buy foils are actually like $20.
I would go with the foil. Yeah.
They're just reprints and they're foil.
But they have I would assume.
No, they have a.
What's differentiating a special symbol?
They have a wizard's kind of stamp.
Oh
like
yeah.
It's like a star almost, like a
the
star.
wizard's foil stamp. Yeah.
So they have the stamp on it.
See, didn't they get rid of that for the foils in the regular era at one point? Because originally, when they started with foils for Magic, they had that stamp at the bottom, right?
I don't know. There's some promotional stamp on it.
Okay. And then they got rid of that stamp. Did they get rid of that stamp for foils like later on?
And the regular foils don't have it.
But the originals did though. Like when they started with foils back during Mercadian Masks, because Mercadian Masks was the first set in Magic the Gathering to have holographic foil.
Urza's had some foils, but I think they were promotional.
Those were promotional.
Those are not fucking so expensive.
Yes, like Mastercore foil. Those were that probably might be $1,000. Those were
Treetop Villages.
Those were all promos, or like
one?
the gym or the.
No, the most expensive foil goes for probably $2-3 grand.
Force of Will.
No, the Urza's was the Yawgmoth's Will.
Ooh, yeah, that was a hard one to find at the time. I remember that one.
When we were kids, it was like $300.
Yeah,
when we were kids, and this is.
Let me see what it's worth now.
Look up Yawgmoth's Will foil. It's gonna be at least $1,000.
Yeah, those were hard to find then. I'm probably spelling it wrong. No. Yeah, about $950.
Okay.
600. This one's bidding at, but it's gonna go up. This one's graded. Let me see.
They were probably $100 then.
This one's graded. BGS 9, $2,900. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, this was a DCI.
What I don't like about the slabs
is a DCI. Neither do I. I don't like slabs though. DCI promo.
That was the old one.
Yeah, that's old because were those Judge promos or
they were Judge or tournaments?
Judge tournament promo. Oh, that might have been tournament promo. Yeah, because the Judge promos are super expensive. Those were the Force of Wills. Were Judge promos, meaning they only gave them out to judges in tournaments as like because a judge you don't get paid most of them anyway. So they were giving them out as
an incentive.
As an incentive, and don't listen. That's like pay because those cards were worth money.
But yeah, it's similar to HasLab or Magic has these like special prints. You can
don't get me into like. Oh my God, Mastercore 1400 foil. Jeez, look at this. That's nice though.
Yeah, that's the little star.
That's the little star symbol I'm talking about. Yeah. So like Sean said, Urza's, that was when they started with foils back in the 90s for Magic. Kind of, I guess, to keep up with Pokemon. Pokemon was doing it. So they started with the foils. But
back then,
Urza's, you couldn't get those in packs. Those were for specialty. Back then,
you could only get one foil rare per box.
That was, they started with that with masks.
Now foil rares are like
dime a dozen, yeah. Then you get like a special foil. Isn't there like a special rare foil? Is it the next level? Like, legendary rare, right?
You look at Brainstorm, which was a common. Foil, $500.
The thing with that is that that's a card people want 4 of, so that jacks up the price because the supply gets sucked up. So I
haven't played before COVID. I was playing Paper Magic a lot at one point.
Right. And you were just telling me that you're playing a lot of online. Oh, you online Magic?
I play a lot of online Magic. Especially when I have downtime at work, I'll play for like an hour.
Especially when I'm working, I play a lot of Magic.
But I mentioned I got a Pokemon Celebrations gift box for a great Christmas.
Those guys, because I'm also in the Pokemon trading card game groups. I don't follow it too much because I'm not really into it right now.
So they've reprinted a lot of famous cards
in the celebration set.
And the red sheets say 2.5, so it's the 25th anniversary of the card game. So they did a lot of famous reprints, including. Birthday Pikachu is a reprint.
Oh, cool. Birthday Pikachu is certainly skyrocketed.
Charizard, all the classics.
Are they identical? Because I know they're
identical, except it has
the little symbol.
The Pikachu. So I have the original Birthday Pikachu.
It's great that they
$200. This one's probably like $40.
Which original Red Cheek or
no? The Birthday Pikachu promo.
Are that $250 now? We're going for.
Yeah, it's a couple $100.
Yeah.
The reprint, the new reprint's about $40. But like the cards, they have a digital Pokemon trading card. Like, oh, use this code to. I'm like, I kind of have an itching to play.
Right.
I would have to play the tutorials because the game is so evolved from when I played it. That
of course.
I would have to actually do the stupid.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, it's not the same game at all as it was.
We played a bare bones game.
Yeah, it's complete. I mean, they had to revamp it because the game was so flawed at the time.
It was easy, and
it was meant to not. It was never meant for serious competitive tournament play. So when we did play serious competitive tournament play of Pokemon, we did very well, but because the game was broken, it was almost luck based at the very, very beginning, especially with just the first 2 sets. And then there was Prop 15, if you don't recall. So in tournaments you could only play 15 trainers.
You can't find Pokemon cards in retail. You can't.
Oh no, I don't see them. I see Magic still.
It happened one day.
No, because I guess the craze of the last year or so.
One day I'm in Target.
Which is
they
crazy.
Just got a shipment in. I didn't buy any cards.
You told me this one, yeah.
There must have been 12 to 14 people.
Frothing at the mouth.
All at the section buying cards. There's grown women, 35 years old, on the phones with their boyfriends or husbands. Yeah. Well, they got this package and that one. He's like, no, get this other one.
That's crazy.
So you see, then you have kids just stop. And they're only allowed 2 per customer.
Right. There was a maximum.
They got a shipment in, and there was literally 12, 14 people all gazing at these cards and buying. They probably sold out in half an hour.
That's crazy. Yeah,
but I see grown 40-year-old women on the phone with their husbands buying them.
Now
Pokemon
that was
cards.
what was that 6 months or 9 months ago when it was the craze was a little more peaked. I think it's kind of settled down a little bit.
Oh no, celebrations you can't find. Pokemon Celebrations is a set.
No, for sure. I know they're heavily in demand though. Still, because
GameStop got a shipment of it.
I can't find any original Birthday Pikachu's. Oh, here's one. Ooh, this is a slab, but this is in 3 days for Birthday Pikachu PSA 9. I would like. What is an original original Birthday Pikachu going for?
The demand for these GameStop got a shipment in of Pokemon Celebration, right?
Right.
1 per customer. I think retail's $50. 1 per customer. There was a line of about 40 people.
Wow.
So the whole line's not getting it.
Right.
They probably got maybe 30 pieces.
Oh, maybe they went down in price because they made the new one. Because look, here's one. Here's a Birthday Pikachu original. This is 2000, year 2000, and it's $100. Buy it now, and they were going for much more than that.
Yeah, I paid $2.
They were going for much more than that. Maybe the Celebration one dropped the price of the original.
And reprint always do that.
Yeah, but real collectors are gonna want the original. I mean, so
this is a good deal.
That's a good deal.
I got it. You know what? I think we might have bought it. I might have bought it at the peak. So I might have overpaid for it.
But I mean,
I'm happy to have it. It's nice.
Yeah, no, same here. I mean, I have 2. I bought 2 of them. I bought them before the peak. Just it coincided. Before COVID happened, I wanted to. I was like, you know what? I want to complete.
I have noticed
my original run of the Pokemon promos.
I'm in Pokemon card groups.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not.
I don't
in them at all
because
I
gaze and I've noticed the prices have started to drop.
Yeah, I mean, the
demand
has. Yeah, well, the demand was in a fever pitch when the
height of COVID,
the Logan Paul,
summer of 2020, Pokemon cards were on fire.
It was people were frothing at the mouth ridiculously, because the Logan Paul first edition. Then COVID happens and people were spending their money at home on
Logan
collectibles.
Paul, right? I can't stand him. I think he's a douchebag
for sure.
But
he's selling his house, by the way.
He does cool shit. So he got all this uproar of people cursing him out.
Yeah.
So he bought 30 different Game Boy colors of all different colors and promo ones.
I had the Atomic Purple one.
So he got 30 Game Boy colors, all different colors, and he got rare limited editions. So he probably spent $10,000 to $20,000 on all
chump change for him.
He got 30 Game Boy colors, and then he put them in a plexiglass, but he buried them in some kind of coolant, some kind of liquid gel, so they stayed put. Yeah, and he made it as a display piece.
Cool.
And it's a beautiful display piece.
Sure.
Fucking 30 Game Boy colors, a different color, it's
right.
tremendous. I would love to have that.
Oh yeah, I love displays like that. Yeah.
How he did it was so that these machines will never work again because he
obviously
gel.
Did people get pissed off about that?
He's destroying all this priceless hardware. And it's the guy made a cool piece.
Yeah,
I can't stand him. I
can't
stand him as who he is and what he does.
No, neither.
But I love he likes the same shit we do, but he has the money to do it.
Yeah,
so he likes. He's probably our age or maybe
he's
younger.
a few years younger.
But the Game Boy Color Pokemon. That's the era we grew up in, so
for sure
he loves that shit.
Yeah.
And it's cool seeing what money can do and living out our nerd dreams,
nerd fantasies. Hey, I get my nerd fantasies in. I don't know if I would put them in the gel and destroy them. I would definitely display. Like, that's a cool display piece to put on the wall. Because I feel like...
And I was reading, like, some of the Game Boy Colors were like $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Like, super rare.
Yeah, like I like lime green Game Boy Color or whatever. Atomic Purple was the most common. That was, in fact, I didn't have original Game Boy, nor did I have Game Boy Pocket. I only had Game Boy Color.
Atomic Purple. Mine the Switch. Our friend Fluff.
It would have been.
Switch just broke, unfortunately.
Christmas '98. I got Atomic Purple.
There was Atomic Purple, and there was this like dark purple blue one. There was the two.
True. Maybe was it is Atomic Purple the clear one?
It's clear purple.
Okay, so that I don't think I had that at first. I think I had the straight up purple one, which was the first Game Boy Color that they
purple.
Yeah. It was the first Game Boy Color that they had produced, and I got it for Christmas that year with Game Boy with Pokemon Blue.
Those two were the launch. It was Atomic Purple and the bluish purple one.
Really?
I don't know what color. They all have a weird color names.
Let me see. Purple Game Boy Color. Because that was the first one that I had gotten. Because, again, I didn't have original Game Boy. I had
Game Boy Pocket.
Did you? See, okay. I had Sega.
I didn't have the old gray.
No, the big boy. No. That was a little bit before me, I think. But I also had...
It came out in 89.
Exactly. But I had Sega... What's it called? What's the Sega Pocket game? I was talking about it. Game Gear? Sega Game Gear? Sean's too busy on his phone.
Game Gear was I had a Game Gear. It had enough games.
The Sega Game Gear. It sucked your batteries. It took 6 AAAs, and they were always dead in like 10 minutes.
I think it was 8.
It was a ridiculous amount. Yeah. Anytime
like,
you
I
talk
couldn't afford batteries. They were expensive.
No, they're expensive at the time.
You needed like $10 in batteries.
Every time you used it.
for like 6 hours.
I remember that was a problem 10 years ago before like everything had lithium-ion batteries. Like I remember,
and it came with a Sonic game, and that game was impossibly hard.
I played a lot of games for that Sega.
My favorite game I had for Game Gear was it was called Shinobi.
Oh yeah,
it was a famous ninja game, and it's a popular Sega franchise. It was awesome.
Yeah, you got clear. They call it clear purple or atomic purple, and then they're just calling it purple here. But that was the one I had. It was just a straight.
Yeah, I had
purple.
the atomic purple.
Atomic purple I wanted. Oh, grape. They call it grape.
Grape. There you go.
Yeah, that was the one I had. But that was all that was out at the time.
They were such pop. I don't know why Nintendo doesn't make a Switch of these. You know, the demand they'd sell.
You mean like reissue Game Boy?
No, like make the Switch in those colors.
Oh yeah, I don't get why they don't do atomic. They do. People do customs. They customize and make atomic.
I custom mine.
Yeah,
it broke. Unfortunately.
How did you break yours? Your Switch?
It fell. Whatever. Long story.
The console itself?
Yeah. Long story short, it broke.
Well, just re-get another I'm sure I
can't fix it.
Well, no, it's probably done, but sell it for scrap, and then you got your Joy-Cons still, I'm sure. All you got to do is get another console.
No, I had the Switch Lite.
Oh, so it's all done. Jeez, that dropped. That broke on a drop. They're handheld items. They should really hold up. That sucks.
Well, I think when you mod it, it loses the integrity.
Oh, it was mod. It was
modded.
The
Atomic Purple one.
Oh, okay.
So I think when you mod it, like it doesn't have the same integrity. And
it doesn't turn on, or
doesn't turn on, doesn't charge.
That might be able to be fixed.
I spent some time, did some research.
You didn't open it up to try to see if like a ribbon cable was unhooked or something. Because that happens a lot. I'm in the electronics business,
so you can look at it. It looks fine. Like
that happens to me a lot because I'm in the electronics business.
Something damaged,
and I get return PlayStation 4 Slims all the time returned. Oh, don't work. Like, and then I get it, and it's true. All right, I plug it in, it doesn't turn on, but then I open up, and almost always, this has happened, I would say 19 out of 20 times that this has happened, the ribbon cable for the power gets dislodged, and I just lodge it back in, and then it works. And it works, that's happened. On the 20th time, the power supply is shot, but that's less common.
The mom that buys that for her son?
No, they're gonna have no clue. They're gonna just think it's broken. But I mean, I don't blame people for not wanting to open it up. It's not turning on. It's broken. But because I had that happen recently where they had it for 3 months, don't work. Okay, well you've had this, since September 16th.
So let's move forward to the next blockbuster. I mean, this is the mega movie of 2021.
Oh, this is it.
Spider-Man. No way from home.
Away from nowhere from home. No ways.
I think No Way Home is.
There's no place like home.
Did you watch it?
No.
Jesus.
You can't get it on the internet, Sean. I can't get to these places.
You gotta go to a movie theater or don't watch.
So I hear mostly good reviews, and I see some people that were like, "If you think that movie was good, it's an abortion." And I'm like,
who's saying this?
I don't know, man.
Some idiot friend of yours?
No, where did I hear that? I heard it from more than one.
Sounds like an idiot friend of yours.
I only consider negative commentary when I hear it more than once from a separate source. Oh wait, didn't Jeremy say he walked out on it? Our friend Jeremy, the cast.
I think that's the only person I know.
A couple more I heard, but I walked out on it. Like, but then you didn't finish the movie. He did that with. I was like, and you walk out of every movie. I don't know why you go spend $20 on a movie just to walk out.
I saw one movie with him. And it was,
Independence Day.
It was Civil War.
Oh, okay. Did he walk out of that too?
And like War Machine was gonna die, and he was like cheering, and the whole movie theater was staring at him.
Oh yeah, he's so weird with movies. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, he's gonna die, and he's screaming and like. Making a scene in the movie, and I'm hysterically laughing because it's just so obnoxious.
Because it's obnoxious and like people pay good money.
Yeah,
you're like rallying them up.
Is like gassing.
Yeah. They all paid good money. They're all like Marvel neckbeard fans that really, really want to see what this is like. They're making their year right.
Yeah, he's gonna die. Yeah.
Oh, and yeah. I was there for that one too. You guys were not sitting right next to us, I think.
Great movie. William Dafoe really kills it.
He's back. William Dafoe's back, and all the other Spider-Man's back, right?
So yeah,
the spoilers.
Tobey Maguire,
Andrew Garfield, and new kid.
And then you have the older Jamie Foxx.
He's in it. Jamie Foxx. Oh, he was horrible in that one.
Dr. Octopus, great.
Oh, I saw a clip of that, and I was like, oh man, they brought back Alfred Molina. That's great. He was the best part of Spider-Man 2.
He was phenomenal.
He's great. He's a fantastic actor.
The original Spider-Man villains from the first were like
the first
the best.
Three, yeah.
Because you got Dafoe and Doc Ock.
Okay.
They had the Sandman guy, but he sucks.
Nah, nobody cared about him.
Yeah, he's shit.
And then also, what were they going to bring back Eric Foreman to be?
Yeah,
they didn't do that. Yeah, they didn't bring him back. Yeah, that's all you need. I would have been happy with just Doc Ock, but they brought back William Dafoe too.
Unbelievable how great.
So is this like some sort of time shifting parallel?
Yeah, like Doctor Strange.
Okay. So Doctor Strange in the movie. Yeah.
So he like fucks up this.
Now I really want to see it. It sounds.
He fucks up this like interdimensional
time warp.
Thing,
yeah.
And like these other Spider-Man universes collide.
Parallel divergent, which is a good because what can you do? We've seen do something a little different.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Overall,
I walked out.
I'd give it 8.5 out of 10.
That's a good rating, Sean. So it was that good?
I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you see Away From Home?
I saw all of them.
You saw the second one.
Away From Home, I surprisingly was stuck in Florida. My flight got canceled because it was a storm.
Yeah.
And I went with my mother. We went to like a wedding. We were supposed to go home. We were stuck. So I'm staying at like an airport hotel.
Oh, man.
Like Florida, like I'm in a dumpy airport hotel. And I'd spend the night. I'm with my mother. And I'm like, I got to like do something.
You bought it?
No. So there
you went to the theater?
There was a movie theater like 3 blocks from my shitty airport hotel. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go see Spider-Man 2.
Sure.
And I went by myself, like 3 in the afternoon in the middle of nowhere, Florida, and I watched it.
Nice.
And it was great.
Nice. It was great, you say?
Well, I bet.
I saw a piece of the end.
It's a story I remember.
And it was
I'm
great.
stuck in Florida.
Yeah. It was the best part of me getting stuck in Florida at the dumpy airport.
So
but
I walked
I saw I think I seen clips of the end of it with what's his name? Who's the bad guy? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mysterio.
He plays Mysterio. Yeah. How'd you like him as a not to go over this movie that's probably 2.5 years old now, but
listen, Spider-Man Away From Home was the best Marvel movie I've seen since Avengers.
Away From Home or No Way Home?
No Way Home.
This most recent one is the best one. So you said since the original Avengers?
Since the Avengers Thanos arc. A lot of
you mean Endgame? Or the one, which is the first? There's so many of them. Which is the first one? Because there's Endgame is the final one.
No, Infinity War.
Infinity War. Infinity War is when Thanos divides.
That's the best one. Cause you see Thanos. The
second to last one's the best one.
Like, I would vote for Thanos if he was running.
Vote for Thanos. I would. He's
trying to put.
We're gonna eliminate half. There's too many people. We need to eliminate half the people.
If we eliminate half the people now, the world would be saved.
It would be great. Yeah, it would be saved until it doubles up again, I guess. Until the population doubles up again.
Anyway, Spider-Man, 2 thumbs up.
So you got some recommendations here. What are you giving Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I gotta rewatch it, but I'd say 7.5.
All right, you gave it because you were like, it's pretty good. Homage to the original.
I peed. I'm crushing beers. I honestly don't remember the ending. Really.
Oh my god! I'm gonna say, how did it end? But I mean, I think we all know how it ends. They probably fight Gozer and the original guys show up, right?
Pretty much
for 2 minutes.
I
know.
Like,
I knew that
there's blurriness at the end. I was pretty drunk.
I got sloshed. We were drinking too much at the Rainforest Cafe. Was that right?
We only had one beer there. Like, this place is creepy, and it was just like
creepy. I've ate at that exact Rainforest Cafe.
Have a kid.
Yeah, I got kids.
Grown adults, no kids drinking there. It just.
Sir, why are you here?
And I'm
trying to pick up some kids.
I'm drinking on like a fucking peacock chair.
Yeah, a chair that's shaped like a peacock. Yeah.
So we were like, all right, we went to Cheesecake Factory.
Around the other side.
Let's just go to a normal venue for people our age. That we're
fancy.
Not stared at.
Right.
Like, why are these group of
30-something
30-year-old men drinking at Rainforest Cafe?
I can't have a nice fancy peacock cocktail.
Where's my monkey cup?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I come for the commemorative monkey cup that I get to take home.
So now, last of the big releases, The Matrix.
The Matrix Awakens, starring.
I saw the first 45 minutes.
Starring Jake Gyllenhaal / yeah, I saw him. I didn't finish it yet.
So not to be judgmental or anything, I'm just making a statement that the directors have became transgender.
And now we're canceled. And now Retrocade's canceled.
No. I'm just saying, are you aware of this?
I'm very aware of it, yes. Thank you.
It's interesting that they're both brothers.
I found that
have changed their genders.
Interesting when the second one came out as transgender.
You see one, but both is
yeah.
It's a rare.
When that happened, it was like 5 years ago, and I was like, both of them, and I'm like, all right.
So I don't know the specifics.
Lana and they were Larry. It used to be Larry and whatever Wachowski, but now it's Lana and Linda Wachowski.
You watched half the movie.
No, I was just. I'm almost at the end.
So you know it's just like a new Morpheus.
Yes.
So apparently Lawrence Fishburne's like very conservative, and he made some comment against transgenders or something.
So when I first watched it, I had mentioned that to my wife, and she was like, "Are you sure?" And we tried to look that up because I had heard that too. I don't know if I heard it from you.
There's rumors that
I could not.
There was some rift between Lawrence Fishburne and the directors, and they recasted him because they didn't like him anymore.
It's totally possible, but I could not find anything concrete on the internet about that.
Such a golden boy that he didn't want to get involved.
Oh yeah,
he wanted Lawrence there, but he's like,
yeah, no,
I can't. I'm beloved.
I'm beloved. I still need my paycheck too.
I can't make my opinion on this because
I wouldn't.
So he just stood clear of that situation.
Well, not that I legitimately give a shit anyway, but the thing is that, yeah, I couldn't find anything, but you're probably right. That probably is what happened because you look at this new. Why would they recast him? They're bringing back the other two. It's almost like having Star Wars and then not bringing back like
Han Solo's
right,
gone.
Right.
Let's put in
not Harrison Ford or maybe something like if Alec Guinness was still alive and willing to come back, we're recasting Alec Guinness, or in this case Ewan McGregor. Of course you wouldn't do that. You would bring back the original character and make it work.
Having a new
somehow.
Morpheus definitely hurt the movie. I think.
Yeah,
he's a very iconic character.
Yeah.
And you don't like his views and you're going to change him? Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the story is, like, I'm calling it The Matrix Awakens, because, like, the first half of that movie is, like, you're just retreading the first one. Like, especially,
Aren't they, like, video game designers or some shit?
Yes, okay, so spoiler alert. Yeah, Neo is now back in the Matrix as a video game designer, but it's very much referential and almost fourth wall breaking to the real world what's going on, because he is a top-tier video game programmer, video game creator, and he created a game called The Matrix, of which there was a trilogy of games. And now the parent company, Warner Brothers, this is all said in the movie, by the way, like at the screen. So it's completely like, it's almost like Lana Wachowski.
Is there like a Burger King in the background?
Yo, it's so on the nose. And so, but it's almost as if Lana and the Wachowski sisters didn't want to do this and that they were almost pushed in by the studio, because that's what they say in the script. They say, well, we've made the Matrix trilogy and we love that.
It's almost a parody within itself.
Oh, I couldn't believe my ears. I was like, is this really like what's going on? I was like, are they telling me something, or are they just doing a new a different thing because they ran out of ideas? Gonna world within world, but we'll relate it to what really went on in the real world. But like, it's almost fourth wall breaking because they're talking about the Matrix trilogy, and then how, well, we didn't want to do a fourth Matrix, But Warner Brothers said they're going to go, and they say use Warner Brothers, not even a fake name. Our parent company, Warner Brothers, wink, wink. Like they don't even use like.
Matrix 1 was like the movie of like the 1990, like the Y2K era, you know.
Absolutely, in 1999, that was probably bigger than.
It probably was the biggest movie.
Bigger than the Phantom Menace. I don't know if it made more money than the Phantom Menace.
Those were the two like.
Massive blockbusters of that
the Y2K
for sure.
Era, 2000. It was like the Matrix.
I mean, like
it was like the edgy hacker. And...
Of course, the edgy hacker, and then don't forget bullet time. The slow down.
As far as you watch it now, you're like, well, whatever.
It's so quaint.
But back then, you're like,
but back then it was like, whoa! You'd never seen shit like that. And now it's true. It
has aged for sure.
Well, it does. This one. I mean, there's cool visuals in this movie for sure. But and like they do things a little differently, but like cutting edge, almost for like a generation. The Matrix in 1999 was probably like Star Wars was in 1977 with the new trilogy, story and the effects. No, of course the trilogy of Matrix does not nearly live up to what Star Wars did.
It flies off the rails.
Absolutely. By the second one, listen, the second one is got a lot of action and is energetic. But the storyline is not as good. And then by the third one, it's just garbage.
I remember the third one.
Oh, man. I left that third one. I was like, whoa, they ruined that trilogy. It was clear.
I was in high school.
Yeah. So and remember, they came out right after each other. 2003, 2004.
I was the third one. We had a half day.
I watched it at the movie theater in Travis, which is now in LA Fitness.
I went to the Atrium.
Oh, did you?
The
third one, anyway, we watched.
I had a half day from school. So we're like, oh, let's go watch The Matrix. And we're like hanging out with the guys. I mean, it was like John Lamberti and some people.
Sure.
And we had nothing to do. Like, oh, let's go watch The Matrix.
Right.
And we watched it. And we're like, this movie sucks.
The third one, sure.
And I think we even like smoked weed. And
sure.
We're like, I was high and I still thought it sucked.
No, the third one was ass. Nobody liked the way that third one. It was like the tone
very confusing, like
convoluted, needlessly convoluted. This one's convoluted too. Of course, listen, when you're watching a Matrix movie, they're all kind of convoluted. But and I knew that going into this Matrix Awakens, or what's the real one, Resurrections. I knew, like, all right, got to pay attention because they're going to say some convoluted shit, which not that bad. You just pay attention, it's fine. But the third one's needlessly convoluted and unsatisfying. And the tone is drab, it's dull, and it sucks. You know, the third one just sucks. The Matrix 1, you're in it the whole time. It's exciting. It's intense through and through. The new ideas are catching you. The look of it, the effects were great. You know, not that effects matter anymore, even though there's good effects in this new movie. Not that again anyone gives a shit about that. Anybody with a fucking PC can do good effects.
Look at like the Venom movies; they're shit.
Oh yeah,
they're all special effects.
Oh well, that's another thing. Too much special effects is just.
But they said the Chinese love it.
The Chinese love it. Yeah, China loves big effects movies. Look at them. They continue to make Transformers movies not because America likes them, but because the Chinese market was frothing at the mouth over them. They loved these Transformers movies, and we just like, I mean, they made money here, but they made real money there. You know, that's why those movies continue to be made.
A lot of these studios are tiptoeing now because if they do any message China doesn't like banned, not playing it.
Look at Ghostbusters. See, ghosts are banned in China because anything spiritual of the spirit world is not. They banned those, so you couldn't even get Ghostbusters 2016.
Eternals banned from China.
Turtles too?
No, Eternals. I didn't watch. Heard it was trash.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, they have like a gay kissing scene.
Anything gay is out the window. Anything spiritual is out the window. Anything like government oppression with an uprising is also banned.
The Joker they couldn't watch.
Joker, you can, yeah.
Especially the Joker, like. How many people in China live that life?
Oh yeah, that
misery and like
miserable,
just downtrodden, overwhelmed by society.
I would assume in any country, but yeah, probably China has a lot of them.
But they're like, we don't want all these fucking guys.
Well, that's like Squid Game. Even though we talked about Squid Game in the last episode, but Squid Game, didn't somebody pirate it or smuggle it
in North Korea,
and did they execute them? I heard.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he smuggled Squid Game from South Korea to North Korea, and they executed him. Yeah.
See, that's where you can actually have a thriving video store, is in North Korea. You're
not going to be streaming any Netflix.
No, you sell DVDs in China.
Oh, you'll make
North Korea, you can have a thriving video store.
You'll make a thriving VHS.
There's no streaming there.
No, but it's also a communist country, so you're not going to be your video store is going to be owned by Pyongyang. So
listen, a glorious leader.
All hail the glorious regime.
You gotta support dictators. They're a dying breed. You gotta do what you gotta do.
We love our dictators around here. That's for sure. But to finish up the Matrix, I mean, it really does feel like a rehash, at least. But to go the referential thing was just comedy to me. I was like, wow, like they're really just saying that right now. We didn't want to make a Matrix 4, but they're saying they're the video game in the movie. But we're thinking The Matrix 4. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching The Matrix 4. And Warner Brothers was going to do it with or without us. So we figured, Mr. Anderson, also known as Keanu Reeves, that you better be in it. And we're going to make it. And, like, that's literally how, like, the movie kind of starts. And it's like, oh, my God. And then, long story short, because he dies in the last one. But he didn't die. Somehow the robots kept him alive. And that's how he's back. And it's actually 60 years in the future. So the original Morpheus would be dead. But this Morpheus is a program. He's not even a real person. That's why he's young and not actually Lawrence Fishburne. And then they bring back Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity, and she's in the Matrix, and she's older, but she inserted herself back into the Matrix. But now and then they're gonna get her out. Blah 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 blah. And that's pretty much the movie.
I saw the first 40 minutes. I had no interest in watching the rest.
It's not horrible, but it's not good. I'll go ahead and say this. I like it better than the third one.
Okay. I mean, that's not saying much.
That's not saying much at all. It's not good. It's all like that when remember the first one where he fights Morpheus in the dojo?
Oh, fantastic.
They redo that scene, and it's just like,
what was the
redo? Like, I'm like watching it. I'm like, we done did this in 1999.
What was the guy with the glasses? The agent.
Agent Smith. He's kind of in it in flashback form, and then they have a new Agent Smith. He was a
great villain.
Of course, Hugo Weaving. That he's a fantastic actor too. Of course, he's what's it called in what are those movies with the elves?
He's
not Aragorn. He's not Legolas. I don't know if I can remember his name. He's the father.
No, he's like the senior elf.
He's the senior elf. He's the father of what's her name?
I gotta look up his name.
He's the father of the guy from Aerosmith's daughter.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of these names right now. He's the father of the Aerosmith guy's daughter's wife's husband. Hugo Weaving, and he's Aragorn, not Aragorn.
Oh, he was born in Nigeria.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
He's probably South. Is he South African?
Born in Nigeria. That's
Nairobi, Kenya. What was his character's name, Sean, in The Lord of the Rings?
I'm looking it up.
Oh my God, because you might be us.
And I'm a big Lord of the Rings guy. I don't know why it's not ringing a bell.
He plays
Elrond. Fuck, that's it. That's a big name.
How didn't you get that?
And he was in the Hobbit movies as well.
That's right.
And he's going to be in the Amazon Lord of the Rings production.
Oh, is he? Wow, they're really just putting him in everything.
Well, he's like the biggest elf of the elves.
Well, he is the top.
He's the leader.
He was
the
like
top elf.
Yeah, he was King Elf. Yeah. And
it's crazy. He was born in Nigeria. You wouldn't think he was Nigerian.
Well,
there's white South Africans. I haven't seen white Nigerians. But.
Well, he's probably. He seems like. Is he? What? I don't think he lived in Nigeria his whole life, did he?
He probably just grew up there. Probably like colonizing this,
They colonized and like colonized and like had
were colonizers.
They were colonizers and had an emerald mine there, like Elon Musk.
Yeah. Abadan, which is modern Nigeria. So the country doesn't even exist anymore. So it was definitely a colonizer.
It no longer exists.
It was definitely like, Rhodesia, for example, which was like a diamond country.
Yeah.
So it was probably one of those.
Sure. That makes sense.
The Nigerians probably kicked them out and revolted.
Yeah.
As colonizers don't usually last.
No, they don't last forever. It's usually plight that follows.
They had a good run.
They had a good run, unfortunately. The colonizers and the dictators, they're dying breeds, unfortunately.
Man. Sad times.
Sad times we have here. But I guess that's all the content until like Book of Boba Fett, more episodes come out. I mean, we kind of hit. I have to actually watch the two of these movies. I really want to watch them. And I'll give my opinion on them.
Next big blockbuster is Batman.
Yes, which I saw the full trailer
of. That comes out in March. Phil won't see it in theaters either, so don't worry.
Well, as long as it's direct.
It's not streaming, so you need to get your ass to the theater.
Not interested. Just stream it in front of my face. No, I want to go to the movies. I do. I want to go back to the movies.
Batman's a theatrical experience.
I wanted to see. Well, first of all,
Ghostbusters. I'm disappointed because it's part of who you are.
Well, of course, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan all the way through. But problem was that I had a horrible case of COVID when all these guys went and saw it. So I was sick. We
actually had your ticket purchased.
I bought the ticket too. Yeah. So it's not like I was ready.
You did have COVID during the. I'll give you that.
Well, what happened was that I was still testing positive 3 days before, and I was like, but I felt fine, but like I was like, well, I can't really go to this movie, right? You know, like I had to give myself a little time.
You could have.
At that point, I felt fine though.
A Sunday afternoon to go with your wife.
It was busy season after that, man. Because that was Thanksgiving weekend or the weekend before Thanksgiving, and then it was just
November.
No, yeah, and then it was just busy season since. You know, I've had no chance of freedom. You know, it's even been tough to get a podcast in, but luckily we're doing it before the New Year. This is really the New Year's episode. New Year's in a few minutes.
Christmas.
It's
time
the New Year's
is whizzing by.
Yeah, time is whizzing by is right as we flow through this world. But I guess the next episode will to mention Batman one more time. I saw the full trailer, and I mean it looks good.
It's edgy. It's different.
Edgy and different. Catwoman's in it. She seems to be very prominent. But
the Riddler's the main villain. But
okay, was he shown at all in the trailers? I don't recall because I was looking for a villain.
No, the trailer they show like them arresting him in like a diner or something in the beginning of the trailer.
Interesting. Sure. I definitely want to see the Riddler again, actually, because the last time we got to see him, Jim Carrey did him, and that's
Jim Carrey's a good Riddler. I think
I want to see him more.
I think how they made him look was terrible. He's wearing pajamas and dyed red hair,
spandex outfit, like ridiculous.
He looked like a moron, but.
I mean, that's a very Joel Schumacher 90s look. I do want to see a more serious Riddler because that can be a maniacal, crazy, intelligent villain for Batman that you could do a lot with.
This Riddler looks on point.
Okay, I like
really
the sound
cool,
of that. You
really
just say
edgy.
Penguin?
Penguin.
They're bringing back Oswald Cobblepot. Who's
Colin Farrell?
Oh, I did hear that. He's in it for sure.
He's wearing a ton of makeup and shit. Because he's like a good-looking guy. The Penguin's like,
but that's a hideous freak. You know what I was watching? So I was playing Batman Returns on SNES the other day with my kid, and you know what? Like
those games are so hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love those games though. I just messing around with it. But they have like a prologue as you start the game, and it says 33 years ago, and it shows the Penguin getting like dumped like he did in the Batman Returns. He gets dumped in like the river or whatever, and I'm like 33. I was like, the Penguin in that movie is only 33? Ugh! He looks like he looks
like he's 875.
Yeah, I know.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Oswald Cobblepot. Like, oh man, that's horrible. He's a young man.
Danny DeVito's character is 33 years old.
That's the thing, and I'm like, well, no way. Danny DeVito was only 33 in 1992, I think, and I'm like, how old was he?
Man, Michelle Pfeiffer was a hot Catwoman.
Sure, yeah.
So was Anne Hathaway. Man.
Sure, sure. She played. When I remember Anne Hathaway was playing.
We saw that with Mikey at Liberty Science Center.
I did. I seen it at the Atrium. I think I missed it when you guys all went to. No, I missed it. Yeah, I didn't get to.
I remember vividly going with Mikey.
Oh, for sure, Mikey and you guys went. I missed the Liberty Science Center. I think Amodio or somebody.
Amodio was there.
Yeah, because because what happened was that was a summer, and then I seen everybody right after that, either in Miller's backyard, friend of ours backyard, or at the block party that they used to have, and we were talking about it.
We went out to like some beers or somewhere. I don't remember.
But like a week or so later I met up with you guys, and I was like, how was it seeing it at the Super IMAX? And I remember Amodio being like, it was all right. It was a little like much. Like it was.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. Because I saw it.
That's the last time I saw him.
I either saw it. I think I saw it at the Atrium or maybe Stadium 16. But that was I remember you guys all see her at the Liberty Science Center in New Jersey where they have this gigantic real IMAX. That's like the original IMAX where it's a full giant dome. I haven't been there since I was a little kid. How did that look? Because that's also 9 years ago now, right?
I haven't been there since, but
I haven't been there for probably 25 years.
It was awesome.
That's great. I remember when that movie was coming out and they said Anne Hathaway was going to be Catwoman. I was like, no way, she's not going to be Catwoman. She but she actually played it well.
She was great.
Yeah, I liked her.
Tom Hardy was a good Bane, too.
It was a great Bane. Yeah. No, that movie was good. I mean, I guess the one before it was better.
The one before it is the peak of superhero movies ever. Heath Ledger's Joker will never be topped.
He died for that role, Sean. He died for our sins, yeah.
That role, like, that made
Would you say any of the Marvel ones are better than Dark Knight?
Dark Knight's the best.
Of all the superhero movies. I guess it has to be. Any better than
I watched it in theaters like 2 or 3 times how good it was.
I remember that summer. I watched it. I watched it once in the Atrium.
Tompkinsville era.
Yeah, it was. We were all hanging out in Tompkinsville and Staten Island. Had a little apartment there, and I remember watching it at the Atrium. I remember like kicking the door open the side of because it was a packed house, and I was like, oh, I'm not waiting to get out of this. Like when the movie ended to get out of it, like, it was so crowded because it was a full house. And I remember like kicking open like the emergency door to get out the side of the building after that movie. 2008, yeah, summer 2008. So that goes back.
I remember being in like Windsor. and we were like trying to see Borat, and
that's 2006.
And we like snuck in and like kicked the back door open.
Very nice. Yeah.
And like disrupted the movie, sold out. Like security's running our way. We like fled.
Freeze. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I saw another one I saw at the Atrium was and I keep mentioning the Atrium because that's the
last movie,
the Staten Island theater that Pete Davidson just brought Kim Kardashian to, which is like
they just did it for attention, just because.
Oh, of course, it's such publicity.
Everyone could stare at us.
It's so funny because when he brought Pete Davidson, were we talking about any of this on the podcast? It's kind of news, but Pete Davidson, the comedian from SNL that lives
feels
around,
like the celebrity gossip.
I don't give that many shits at all. I can't, Staten Island gossip is more interesting. But he brought her to local pizzeria restaurant Campania, and then people started making memes that they would be going to all these local Staten Island haunts,
like
Top Tomato one, and wherever else. But then the next one that they made was the Atrium, and then they actually went there. It was
all
comical.
Just for like publicity.
PR stunt. Yeah, I mean like ridiculous. Like he would take her to go to the Atrium. It's not even like that's the least fancy of all the Staten Island.
Apparently, like 200 kids all outside
with their cameras. It was insane.
Probably it was like a shit show. Like
it had to be.
Cars,
yeah,
security everywhere.
Yeah, it must have been a circus because she has a full fleet of security and crazy. And because they're in a theater, so that means if anyone sees them going in, you got 2 hours to tell everyone you know and be like, Kim Kardashian's at the Atrium.
And if you're a 17-year-old, that's
my god, yeah,
your peak interest.
Yeah, I know.
Celebrity bullshit.
Bullshit locally, yeah. And they chose the Atrium. I did like that they actually chose the Atrium as opposed to like one of the other corporate-owned ones, because that's the last locally owned one. As independent
theater.
It
was good buzz for them. They made some.
Probably had been huge buzz for them, sure. And then they ate at.
They were hurting at COVID.
Heavily hurting. He was in the paper a lot. The owner being like, I'm almost at the end here, And that's like a institution in Staten Island list.
I do appreciate it's independent theater.
Absolutely, it's not corporate. Everywhere else on this.
I saw Spider-Man at Stadium.
Which is corporate. That's
it's a Regal now.
It's a Regal now, and then
AMC
the other one is AMC.
And then the other ones are Regal in the South
Yeah,
Shore.
so
they're opening Alamo.
And Alamo Draft. Is that still going?
They're still building it.
Yeah. They're dragging the
Alamo
hills.
is tremendous. I've been the one in Brooklyn.
Sure, you're right. Alamo Draft House. Is that the best? Is that the best one out of all of them? Better than AMC?
Yeah, it looks like the 70s. It's really cool.
Cool. I like that style.
I definitely recommend going to Alamo.
Yeah, if you're not going to independent theater,
there's iPick in the city, but it's like $100 to go to the fucking movies.
Oh my god, go to that! I was going to the movies a bit in the city with my wife a few years ago because we would go to like Central Park. We were going to the AMC right across the street from Lincoln Center, and we just saw a few movies there. We saw It there. It was a completely empty house.
The second one was shit.
I didn't see the second part. I saw the first part.
First part was good.
Yeah, first part was good.
The second one sucked.
I'm happy I didn't see the second part, but the first one is better. The first part is better.
I didn't see either in the theaters. I saw it.
Oh, that's fine.
HBO.
You don't have to see those in theaters. Yeah.
I'm not like a movie theater guy, but I see the classic, the essentials. You don't even see shit, bro. I don't know.
Well, that's just because of it's difficult. Again, I tried to see Afterlife a number of times on the weekend, and there was one showing each day, and I'm like, 1 p.m. I can't. Like, you don't have a 9 p.m., so like you know what I mean? 1 p.m. I'm clogged. It's one showing in New Jersey, so I couldn't do anything. I wanted to see it. No streaming on the internet. So at least I was able to see the Matrix,
glad they're cutting the pirating's cut off.
The pirating's cut off if you're just doing in theater. Yeah, you can't pirate like if like Afterlife, like there's no torrents of that, I don't think, or anything like that. So you have to see them in theater.
Got shut down by the feds.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could find your way around that shit. But no, it's true. I want to contribute. I want to see these movies. I want to, you know what I mean? I do want to see them. And I was saying, it was like, well, listen, the movie experience is not dead yet.
I enjoy eating a little popcorn.
The whole you have to look at it now because a lot of a year or so ago, like, why would I even go to a theater?
I mean, I'd take your kid to see some kid movie.
Yeah, it's an event. It's an experience. And now
take her to see like Elmo's Big Adventure.
I understand exactly. I understand. I mean, my kid watched Book of Boba Fett last night and sat through the whole thing. I was great, and Boba Fett. He knows Boba Fett, in the helmet, So that was. I mean, so. But again, I understand why families, it's tough and expensive, to go to the theater. But also, listen, once in a while, it's an experience.
It's like going to a baseball game with
right. Which also costs you fucking hundreds of dollars. Or Disney World, which will cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, Disney World's another animal.
Oh man, I'm going there soon, and it's the prices are. The prices are astronomical.
Well, that shirt's gonna be off your back real soon.
I'm gonna sell this on eBay. We're doing a Retrocade sell-off.
You actually have to work at Disney to pay off half your trip.
That's it. Yeah, you have to actually, instead of sleeping there.
Hey,
you
get back to the kitchen.
Yeah,
You're washing the dishes.
yeah, exactly. You have to sweep up at the end of the night, to cover the rest of the costs. Yeah, no, it's for your prices are insanity.
Did you book any of the Star Wars experiences?
Yeah, thank God. I got the Oga's Cantina. I was able to book that. Yeah, I was able to book the Oga's Cantina. So
There's a lot of times you can't even get in there.
I was in Disneyland in 2019. Couldn't get in the cantina. Completely booked up.
Oh, you're going to Disneyland.
No, I'm going to Disney World this time. But in 2019, in California, we went to Disneyland one day. And
you getting a lightsaber?
No, not paying $300 for no lightsaber.
What about the Droid Factory?
I would get the Salacious Crumb maybe, but even that's like
gone,
$90.
Bro. You missed it.
They don't have that anymore? I'll find out.
Disney's all limited, bro.
It's true. It's limited edition. Well, we'll see what kind of toys they got. Listen, I'm in for this a little too much as it is with the,
Well, you already spent so much. You might as
well spend another $200-$300. Nah, I don't need like the collectible bullshits usually. So like the experience.
You don't need the collectible bullshit. You gotta look at this guy's house.
Well, I mean, listen,
I beg to differ.
Well, listen, when it comes to original stuff, but I don't it's like selling you this overpriced souvenir. Like I don't really need that. But the experience to do it, like I was
a souvenir cup.
Yeah, exactly.
$29.99.
$29
free refill.
$49.99 maybe.
You get a free refill, bro.
Every drink in the cantina starts at like $24, and their drinks. This is weird. Their drinks on tap. So they're not mixed in front of you. They're just like, what do you want? The fuzzy tauntaun, which is a drink, by the way.
They're on tap and shit.
That's
like
weird.
Pre-made
They're
crap.
pre-made. They're pre-made mixed drinks. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, I want like a little spectacle for
like
$30 drink.
Yeah, if I'm gonna pay $30 for this,
I want
fuzzy...
dry ice. I want like.
They do have a dry ice, or you know what they have in the fuzzy tauntaun? They have this stuff that numbs your mouth. It's I don't know. Maybe you're a drink expert, Sean. You ever hear of it?
Beer expert.
Okay. You're not I
wasn't a
mixologist where you like there's some sort of like root or something that numbs your mouth for a while, tingles your mouth, kind of like a pop rock. And
everyone always said the butter beer in Harry Potter. Was really good.
Butterbeer was really good. I had it once in 2012. Yeah, and it's like a It's like a vanilla. What's it called? It's like a cream soda.
My girlfriend keeps talking about Disney, and she loves it.
Disney's awesome, yeah. But it's insanely expensive, yeah, with kids for sure, yeah. Disneyland isn't as bad because you could just do it for one day and out. You don't have to blow like Disney World and also like it's such an event that you have to like book everything. You can't. There's no fly by night.
I think I don't know if it's Universal. There's some big corporate theme park in Tokyo.
Well, there's Disney Sea and Disney.
Well, it's not Disney. And they're building this whole Nintendo Land.
I've seen the Nintendo Land. The Nintendo Land's already built there.
It looks tremendous.
Aren't they building Nintendo Land here too? I know it's already built in Japan. It looks awesome.
Japan, from my understanding. And there's like
the videos of that are on YouTube. They look awesome.
Probably the Mario Kart is like out of this world.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't see the whole stuff, but they go through like the tunnel. You
should take your son to the Legoland in upstate New York.
They have a Legoland down there too. So I know I got the Legoland upstate here. I saw it. We went to Sesame Place. And we saw the ads for it.
My cousin is like planning on taking his kid there eventually.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna too for sure. But
it's for kids.
Oh yeah, little kids. Yeah,
it does look cool.
10 and under probably, whatever. But we did Sesame Place and we're seeing a lot of ads for it. Sesame Place was alright. We went on a really crowded Friday. It was so crowded. Can't even do. And my kid's tiny, so he couldn't even get on. It wasn't like any of the rides.
I went once as a kid.
I went a couple times as a kid.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. If you're 10 and under, it's great.
Yeah, you see Elmo and Big Bird.
Elmo, Big Bird. They got a lazy river and water rides and like a couple of little. It's
great for kids. I don't remember much because I went when I was like 7. But
yeah, I vaguely remember. I remember more Six Flags as a kid or Dorney Park.
I went to Six Flags during COVID. It was great.
That was probably awesome.
Empty.
Empty, yeah.
But I never got sick from a ride because I went on like 4 roller coasters at once because there's no lines.
Oh, well, you got nauseous?
I was just so dizzy.
Sean puked up all his beer.
And I was hungover, so
There you go.
I was so hungover, and I went on El Toro, and I sat in the front seat car. I literally ran in the bathroom and puked.
Oh man, I love El Toro too, but it could get a little rattly.
So fucking. King Kai really fucked me up. Too.
Oh well, you did King Kai too. Listen, bro, you can't be going on these things like drunk or hungover, bro.
I got on King Kai. I was drenched in sweat. Yeah. I was sweating from just the sheer force of it.
Yeah.
My body was like, I was like green.
Yeah.
Do not go. I went on all these rides, one at no line. So I was boom, boom, and I'm hungover.
Sure.
So I literally.
What was this, last summer?
This was 2020.
Yeah.
Like fall 2020.
So I did Six Flags upstate during Halloween for Fright Fest, but that Six Flags
Darien Lake.
It's near what's it called? It's near Lake George, whatever.
Darien Lake.
Is that the one? It's Darien Lake Six Flags, whatever.
No.
Which one it is? It's a Six Flags though.
I've been to the one Darien Lake. It's okay. It doesn't compare to Great Adventure.
No, it's not even close. It's like they had like one or two roller coasters that were like okay, nothing that lives up to like Nitro.
I think the Lake George one's different. I want to go because my girlfriend's lake house is near.
Same.
There.
My wife's family has a place up there, and that's what we did. We spent the weekend.
We have to coordinate because
we should because we're not
her
far away.
house is like the town. I think it's a 20-minute drive.
Well, same for my wife. She the place there in Warrensburg, which is like
Warrensburg, Screw Lake are like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
away.
They're so close.
So we have to coordinate.
We could coordinate.
Something.
We'll meet up in Lake George, have something, or we could even. I went to the outlets up there.
Well,
we spent.
You gotta go on the boat.
Oh yeah. Is hers right on the lake?
On the lake.
Nice.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Lindsay's in a development that has a lake. You know.
I think Labor Day. My schedule's a little tight. Labor Day, we're thinking so.
Oh,
bring the kiddos.
You're really thinking in advance here, Sean. Labor Day 2025, we'll get something coordinated. Yeah.
On the books.
We're on the books. We're stamping it down here. So I guess that's it. That wraps it up here today. We did a
lot of content.
Yeah, a lot of content. I'm excited to see. Finish up the Book of Boba Fett. Even Obi-Wan comes out fairly soon.
I want to do a Retrocade road trip to the Toys R Us.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that, and we should definitely hit that.
We could take your son. I think he'd enjoy it.
Maybe we could do that in January. We'll due to the Toys R Us that opened up at the American.
The only brick and mortar Toys R Us in the United States.
In the United States, whatever's left.
They have like pop-up stores.
Canada. That doesn't count. Yeah, they have like little sections of it in a Macy's or something. That's just not.
Canada has them.
Canada has them.
It was like a different ownership.
Exactly. They just had the license to the name.
But
it was not
United States. And we actually did when we went to the flea market. We like popped in when they're still building it and yelled at by security.
Yeah. We went.
What are you doing here? It was
what
like
jerks
suck
they
a
were.
lemon.
Yeah,
like
go suck on a lemon is right. Yeah, like
hey, you get back here.
They didn't have any. Yeah, they're telling us
like,
what do you think? We're like children? Like I'll throw you off this balcony.
Yeah, really.
You
like
kidding?
Michael Grimm. I'll crush you.
Yeah, I'll throw you off this balcony, kid.
You little worm.
Yeah, what did you? He called him a worm. I'll crush you like a bug. Yeah, I know. But like, come on, there wasn't even like ropes or anything to stop us. We were just walking through the mall. It was like a soft opening, like one store
and
was
your
open.
camera, he's like, put that away.
I know he's telling me not to film and they were just like workers for like Journeys or something.
Yeah, they're like putting shoes on the shelf.
Yeah, they were like stocking the store for when they
acts
officially
like it was like
opened.
a military base.
Yeah,
like filming. Like,
I know, like as if like we, like first of all, again, there was no velvet ropes or anything. There was nothing stopping us from walking up the escalator, and now they're like barking at us.
And there's literally like 18-year-old kids stocking shoes.
Yeah, like and then it was like
get back here,
and they were like,
put that camera away.
Well, I think they were upset that we were filming while they were eating lunch like on a milk crate. It was like
they were eating pizza.
Yeah, they were eating pizza on a milk crate. Like, so it was like their lunch break. But like, I don't give a shit if you're on like your lunch break. Good on you. But like, they didn't want that to be filmed. Like, well, too fucking bad. So, but that was how that went. But yeah, so that's the mall it's in, and we're gonna go see this the new only Toys R Us in America. So that'll be interesting. Do you think that it's gonna live up to expectation?
I don't.
No.
But you can chase some nostalgia for a minute.
Yes, we'll probably get some bits and pieces of feelings of nostalgia. Maybe some of like the way the layout, maybe, or maybe because it's remember Toys R Us.
Good for your son to see a real toy store.
Yeah, for sure. There aren't any. Are there any?
Go on a Target or Walmart.
So three aisles of toys.
That's not a toy store.
No, it's not. I mean, we do Target a fair amount on the toy section, but again, 5 aisles of toys.
The Walmart toy section's unbearably terrible.
It's
always
always
just empty. Why is it all? It's just logistical.
Distribution is garbage, but it was before COVID, so I don't know who to blame.
They have like WWE figures and like.
Remember how Toys R Us in the 90s
all these
was stacked? Like there wasn't like a bare shelf in any of the Staten Island Toys R Us's. They were stacked rows and rows of thick pegs full of Star Wars figures or whatever you liked at the time.
Turtles.
There was but is it because they order less because kids don't play with toys as much as they used to? I mean, like, what is the answer?
The shelves are always empty.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know what is to blame or who is to blame or distribution.
I was in Target last night. I always glance at like
Staten Island Target. Middle Island, Richmond Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Target has no toys.
So I look at like the Nika cool shit. Pop figures, they had about 35 Hawk girls and nothing else.
Nothing else. Yeah. So
Oh,
like
we want a Hawk girl?
But the Pop figures, they're usually on the back.
That's for the adult toys.
Adult collectibles. Yeah.
I don't really go in the kids section.
Oh, you don't? But I do because I look for the vintage collection.
Have...
Well, I have kids, yeah, sure, but I'm looking for like any new Star Wars vintage collection. I look for like that stuff, and don't really this is bare bones all the time. And in the New Jersey one, I see the only vintage collection figure I've seen as of late was like Lando, the new Lando, which is a nice sculpt, but it's like, well, you got one peg and one.
I did a little shopping at Walmart a few weeks. Actually, one by your house. I was gonna hit you up, but I didn't have time.
I was in that one yesterday.
They're barren, nothing.
Oh yeah. Again, especially when it comes to Star Wars, like they'll have some toy like dinosaur scraps or whatever. Stuff I'm looking at because of my son. But again, when you compare what Toys R Us was to what like a toy, what the toy section is at Walmart now, it's like laughable. So I don't know. Is it a combination because kids don't play with toys as much because the distribution is poor?
Kids play with toys. I think it's just.
I know they do. I mean, my kids play with toys, but like I think maybe a lot of the market segment has been eaten up by like iPads and apps. But
it's your Amazons, man.
Blame your Amazons. Yeah. I mean, and you can buy the toys off Amazon too, which is just get it right to your door.
It's not the same aesthetic. Like,
no.
You had a good report card. Let's go to
the toy store right here
and
or there. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, like let's browse online. That's
no,
bullshit.
Listen. No, but no different than what happened to Blockbuster, with the let's go browse a movie.
North Korea is thriving. Right now,
it's the best one. And then they got that one still in Oregon is still around, right? That's like weren't they turning it into like a bread and breakfast or something?
If I was in Oregon,
with that documentary,
1,000% go.
Oh, I go all the time.
Like, 3 hours done.
We're a little far away from it. We're like 2,800 miles.
We're doing what?
Yeah.
No, sorry, you have to go.
Sir, you have to leave here. But yeah, that's all good stuff. So I guess the next time we'll be talking about more Book of Boba Fett. We'll certainly be here before the next Batman movie, the movie comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But we'll definitely do more Book of Boba Fett.
That's the next big blockbuster.
That's the next big blockbuster, I guess. Yeah.
Phil won't watch it either, so don't worry.
I for sure. I'm by the next podcast. I'll be up to date with the 2 movies that I didn't see. I saw Matrix Resurrections, Matrix Awakens.
It was streaming, you bastard.
Ray Awakens. Yes, well, that made it a lot easier. Yeah, but Daisy Ridley was great in it. They brought back Ian McGregor and Carrie Ann Moss and Lawrence Fishburne had to set this one out. So,
but all right,
hits. But that's it, boys. Everyone, boys and girls, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your New Year's. Happy New Year. When we come back, it'll be 2022.
2022, everyone.
Enjoy yourselves and keep watching the stars.